Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. I think this is episode 5 now. It's been quite a few days since I recorded episode 4. I've been doing quite a bit of work off camera in between episodes. So as always, I'm just going to start off by showing you a couple of things I've done off camera. So if I just go out here, you'll see I dug a big hole all the way down to Bedrock. And this is for a slime farm, because I'm going to need quite a bit of slime this episode. So all these chests in here are just full of all of the blocks I got from mining down to Bedrock, and all the ores are in here. I did get quite a bit of gold as well, which I'm smelting down, and 10 diamonds, so it's quite nice. Some of the gold was smelting down in here. If I just head down here, I'll show you the farm that I've got. It's a pretty simple design. It takes quite a bit of effort to dig all the way down to Bedrock, but it's probably worth it for how simple the design is once you're down here. So this is just a spawning platform 16 by 16 in a slime chunk, and then these blocks here all have a minecart rail underneath, so that collects all of the items that drop on here. If I drop a bit of fish on here, it will all get picked up eventually. But yeah, the way it works is the slime spawn in, they see the iron golems, they go to attack it, and then they'll take damage and die to the magma blocks. And then if I just go in here, I'll show you a little bit of storage I've got. It's not done yet, but I'll get it done eventually. So the minecarts come up here, get unloaded into the chest, and then all the items are collected into there. So it's pretty efficient. You can make this quite a few layers higher, make it like 10 layers or whatever, but I had one layer for 10 hours of AFKing, and this is how many slime balls I got. Almost a chest and a half from 10 hours of AFK, which is way more than I'm going to need, so I'm pretty happy with how it is just with one layer down here. But I will leave a link in the description to the tutorial I followed for this, just in case anyone wants to build the full thing, because you need more iron golems in the wall, so I'll just leave that down below. Okay, so the next thing I want to show is just over here at the base. It's just in here. It's only a little build, it didn't take me long to do, and I know it is quite ugly, I didn't spend long on it, so that's why. I'm sure most of you have seen one of these before. It's just a nano farm. There's a lot of different designs, but this is the one I've gone for, and I'll leave a link down in the description for this as well. And the idea is that you just stand here and you'll plant whatever seeds or carrots, whatever you want, and you'll turn it on, and it makes a lot of noise, so I'm not going to keep it on. And all the dispensers will be full of bone meal, so that will grow the crop, and then this piston that extends up with the grass block will harvest it, so you just get a lot of crops easily. As long as you got a lot of bone meal, this is quite a useful farm. I'll just show you down here the little storage thing I've got. So at the end I've got all the bone blocks, which I turn into bone meal. And then I've also got all the crops in here, so the potatoes, the wheat, this is for beetroot but I don't have any yet, and the carrots. The reason I've built this is because I want to start trading with villagers pretty soon. I'm thinking in the next episode I'll start trading, so I need all these crops to trade with the farmers, because that's the best way to get emeralds. But what I also need is melons and pumpkins, so that's what I'm going to be building in today's episode. I'm going to get onto it soon, I've just got something else to show you first. And I think this is the room I'm going to be building it in. I did say this was for storage, but I've changed my mind because I've looked around the base and there's not really enough space to build this farm, because it's going to be quite a big farm. It's going to be like 60 blocks long by 25 or something like that. And there's a lot of room to go back that way, a lot of room that way, and about 25 blocks that direction as well. You can also go 2 blocks down and I don't know, about 10 blocks up, so there's plenty of room around here to build this farm. It's going to be a big one, so this is the only place I can really find to build it. But there's also just down here that I want to show you that I've done off camera in between episodes. I started on the roof and stuff around here, just adding all the different coloured blocks, or different variants of grey blocks. I've also done a little bit of the floor down here. Just built a little barrier down, so it's a little staircase down to the rest of the base. I've dug a little hole out there. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to put there. I think maybe the nether portal. I'm going to move it to there. And also I've got this little bit down here, which this is just a pickle farm. I have not got the materials to finish it yet. I've got, I think it'll look nice when I've done. I've got a plan for this area, but yeah, I've just not got the materials yet. But this is a pretty simple farm as well. I'll leave the tutorial I copied for this in the description as well. See that, this is how many pickles I got from running it once. So 9 stacks of bone meal in the dispenser, and I got over half a double chest of pickles, so it's quite efficient, quite good. It's a really simple design as well, pretty compact. Yeah, there's one more thing I want to show that I did off camera, and then I'm going to get to this episode. Right then, this is the final thing that I've got to show that I worked on in between episodes. And this is just a very basic gold farm. So if I look up, you'll see the portals up there. Now each portal is 21 by 21. I think, I can't actually remember, it's been a little while since I built this, but there's the very big portals, and then there's some buttons on the side, on the bottom block. So that means when the pigmen spawn in, they fall off, or they just walk off the edge, and they'll die on impact on this glass here, and then this minecart just goes round and picks up everything that gets dropped on here. All this goes over here into these chests, which I've taken most of the gold out. There's just the rotten flesh, and I'm not really sure why there's pillagers and skeletons or whatever spawning up there, but yeah, it gets a few extra drops. I know this thing's very ugly. I don't think I'm really going to be using it much. I'm hoping to build a better one, but I just needed a lot of gold to make some more powered rails for today's episode, and probably a few other projects I'll need gold for, so this is just a quick fix for that really, until I can build a better gold farm. Okay, then now we're all caught up, I can just start on today's project. And like I said, it is going to be in here. It's going to be quite a big project as well, so I suppose I'll just start off by digging out all the area I'm going to need to work in, which is going to take me quite a while, so I'll be back once that's done. Okay, that's now done. I've dug out all of the space that I'm going to need under here, and I'm hoping this is the right amount of space, but I can always go a few extra blocks in each direction if I need to, so that's why I left a few blocks here, just so I can go back a few blocks if I need to there as well. And up here is going to be the storage room, that's why there's a space up here as well. So I have melons on one side and pumpkins on the other side. And down here I've marked out where each farm's going to be. So if you stand in this corner here and go all the way over to the other corner, that is 27 blocks. Then if you go from that corner to that corner, that's another 27 blocks. So it's just one big 27 by 27 square. And it's the same on this side. I did do a lot of testing on a creative world. It took me about 2 or 3 days of testing. And this is the only farm I managed to design that didn't have any loss at all from what I saw. So every single pumpkin and melon that gets harvested, it does get picked up by the minecart. So this is why I've gone for this design. First thing to do if you're going to build it, which I don't have a lot of time to record today, so I'm just going to try build it quickly, is to get the rails down. So I've already marked out where the powered rails are going to be. There's a 10 gap in between this one and this one. This one's in the centre of the whole farm, and then there's another 10 gap in between this one and this one. So the rails are just going to zigzag and go up and down, up and down, up and down, all the way to the end. And I'm going to do it on both sides. So I'm going to be back in a minute once that's done. All of the rails are now in, and I've just put a night vision potion on quickly just so you can see a little bit better. It got pretty dark in here once I added all of the rails and removed the torches. Yeah, the next step that I need to do is to add all of the dirt. Now, this is where the dirt's going to go, just above the rails, and this is where I'm going to be planting all of the melons. The melons are going on this side, so that's why I've used the green concrete, and then the pumpkins will be on this side, so I'll go get some orange concrete, and I'm hoping it looks quite good in the end. Now all of the dirt is in place, I can start hoeing the land to get the melons planted. But before I did that, I needed to get all of the water in place. So underneath all of these glowstone blocks is water. To get the water in, you just need to put a bottom half slab on the block and then waterlog the half slab with water. And to figure out where the water needs to go, just count along 5 from any corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then count along 5 from this block, including this block. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the 5th block, that's where the water goes. So it should be 4 blocks here, 4 blocks of dirt here, and then 4 blocks of dirt here. And that's how you know you've got the first one in right. And then to get all the other blocks in, you just count along 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then on the 9th block is where the water is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the 9th block. Then it's the same distance between each one, so there's 9 blocks in between there, 9 blocks in between there, all the way around. And then to hoe the land, I'm just going to do it in like a checkered pattern like this, all the way around. So this gives the melons a chance to grow on each one of these unhoed blocks. Once I've done all of this, I'm just going to go and copy the same on the other side with the pumpkins. Okay, all of the melons and all of the pumpkins are now planted, and you probably notice that there's a bit more glowstone over here, or a lot more glowstone than there is on this side. And that's just because if you look over here, the glowstone that's on the water doesn't produce enough light to light up all of the area, so there's a few dark patches like here and there that the crops won't grow. So that's why I've come over here and placed quite a bit more glowstone around. So that just makes sure that every single plot is lit up, so the melons will grow everywhere in this place. I'm going to do the same over on the pumpkin bit, but I just need to get a bit more glowstone first. The next step of this farm is to place the pistons in, which I've started doing here. These are all going to be sticky pistons. And what I'm doing is leaving a 2 gap, and then I'm putting a block, any random block above all of the stems, and then above all of the dirt blocks, which is where the melons will grow, or the pumpkins on that side. That's where the sticky piston goes. So I'm just going to be alternating all the way down, so a block above the stem and then the sticky piston above the dirt. Then once I've done all that, I'm just going to put any block on the end of all of the sticky pistons like that. So I'm going to do this all over this bit, and then the same exact thing over here on the pumpkin bit. Okay, so it's now the next day, because last night once I placed in all of the pistons and the blocks, it was just a bit too late to record and everyone else were in bed in the house, so I just thought I'd leave it for a bit and do a bit of redstone off camera to get that going. So I'm just going to show you the redstone quick, and just ignore the floor and roof here, because that was just an experiment and it's definitely going to get taken down. But the redstone's pretty simple. It's just redstone dust all over the top of the pistons, and then I've made sure that each little bit of redstone dust gets a pulse once the hopper clock goes off. So the signal will come down here, it can make it all the way around the edge. Then I've got a few repeaters facing into the actual redstone dust in the middle. And this gives every single piston a pulse once the hopper clock goes off. So I've used this hopper clock already on this world. I used it on the sugarcane farm. I've just got 5 stacks of melons in here, which I tested out with 3 stacks, and I think that was just too quick, so I extended it to 5 stacks. And if I go down here, I've set up some item collections, which is still a lot of work to do down here, but this is the pumpkins, which I'm not having any problems with. But as you'll notice on the melon side, there's 3 collection areas, and the problem was that when a melon gets harvested, it turns into 3 to 7 melon slices instead of just 1 block. So I had a minecart, when there was just 1, it was getting full too quickly, and then a lot of the melons were despawning. So to fix that, I just made it into 3 separate ones. So each of these minecarts will go and collect the melons from 9 rows. So this will be 9, 18, and then this one goes over to 27. So I've tested it out this way and I'm pretty sure no more melons are getting despawned, so that's good. Okay, so I might have just gone ahead and done a little bit more progress off camera than I wanted to do without doing any progress updates or anything. But I just got a little bit carried away and I went ahead and finished the whole farm. I'm just going to head down here and I'll get you up to date with everything I've done. There's a guy here that's trying to mug me off, but I'm not going to let him. Over here I've just built 2 more minecart unloaders on the pumpkin side. This is just because I wasn't entirely sure if there was any pumpkins despawning or not. I don't think there was any, but I just wanted to make sure, so now all the pumpkins get picked up faster and there should definitely be none despawning anymore. I've got a little bit of redstone here just to get the items into the water stream, which you've probably noticed. The redstone's simple, it's just the hopper going into this dispenser, and then you can see all of the redstone in this shot right here. So this just means every time an item gets put in this dispenser, it will get shot straight back out into this water stream. It's just the exact same over on the melon side, but the redstone is slightly different here. Like, this is the same, but I've had to have these blocks here, and then as you'll notice here it's slightly different. This is just because there wasn't much room to work with and the redstone was going to get mixed up with each other, so I had to improvise a little bit. You will notice that it's very laggy around here when it harvests, which isn't too much of a problem. I can always like make an off switch if it does become a problem, but it's only like every 5 minutes. But next up, what I wanted to show is the water streams down here that go underneath the floor. This is just like pumpkins getting carried down here and the melons down this side. I quite like the orange and the orange glass in the roof and the floor over there, and the green on this side. But I just don't really like the middle, like the andesite. I do think it would be better if I mess around with this a little bit and try find a different block, but for now the andesite can stay. I've also got little bubble elevators over here just to carry the pumpkins up and then the melons up this side. And then this is a storage room. I didn't spend too much time on this, but I do quite like how it turned out. But yeah, it's pretty simple. I'm not too keen on this wall here. I might change this up a little bit because it's just the outside here though, so I can't really do a whole lot with it, but I just don't like the look of it on this side. I'm sure there's a solution for that, which I might do a bit of work on that later on. The next thing is just the pumpkins go straight into this chest, which is just pretty simple. But the melons, there's something slightly different. So if you just head down here, there's a little passageway. And I've just remembered that I forgot to do the walls and roof in here, but that's only like a 5-minute job, I'll do that later on. The melons actually come into here. So all of the melon slices come into these chests here. And when I'm ready, when the full column is full, I will just do this, put all my items in here apart from a sword. Apart from the axe, not the sword. So I'll keep the axe out, then I'll go break all of these chests all the way up. And then you might notice there's a crafting table down there, in between each chest, or underneath each of the end chests there's a crafting table. This is just so I can stand on top of the crafting table, and then go into it and then just spam Y on the pumpkin blocks. The melon blocks even. So then I can just craft as many melon blocks as I can craft with all of the melon slices. And once I've got them all, I can just go over here and place all of the melons in these chests. So I haven't actually got that many melons compared to pumpkins. But I'm pretty sure when you're trading with villagers, they want more pumpkins than melons anyway, so it should be fine. And I've also got a trapdoor on this side, but that's just got a white sauce underneath. It's just for a bit of symmetry. But yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to show. This farm's basically complete. There's a few little jobs I need to do, like the roof and wall behind these chests, and maybe a little bit of work on here just to try and make it look better. I also want to add that on-off switch, but I can probably do all of that in the space of about 5 minutes, so that's no big deal. I'll just do that off camera after this episode. For next episode, what I want to do is start trading with villagers, which I think I mentioned earlier on. So what I'm going to be doing in between episodes is I'm going to be in here getting as much of each crop as I can, all of the wheat and carrots, potatoes and that. and then that should mean that all of this is in range, so I should be getting a lot of melons and pumpkins in that time. And then next episode I should just be able to go straight into trading with the villagers. That's going to be the end of this episode anyway, guys. I'm not really too sure how long it's going to be until I've started editing all of the footage, but the only project that I wanted to do in this episode is this farm, and it's completed now. All of the redstone's in place and all of the storage. I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. It's pretty efficient. I think it looks quite nice as well. But if there is any improvements you think I can make, just let me know down in the comment section. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and feel free to subscribe. I'll see you all next time.